A strange hole lies below the surface of the Earth and goes into the unknown. As far as Russia goes, the Kola superdeep borehole is in Siberia, which is very far to the south. It goes into the ground for more than 7.5 miles, 12 kilometers. But what does this gap hold? What animals or important things are hiding in the murky depths? The more they looked, the more interesting clues they found about how the universe and our world work. Join us in this video to explore the strange world at the bottom of the world's deepest hole. In 1970, Soviet scientists began a groundbreaking drilling and mining project on the Kola Peninsula, which would go below the Earth's crust to a greater depth than any other undertaking in human history. This project, known as the Kola Borehole, achieved a Guinness World Record that continues to be held even after over 20 years have passed since the end of all drilling operations at the borehole. The superstructure around the rig was 20 stories tall, housing more than 3,000 personnel who would work in shift teams. These shift teams were comprised of prominent geologists and specialists with expertise not just in the operation of a huge drill, but also in the potential discoveries that could be made beneath the surface. The drilling project began as daylight disappeared and darkness took over. And it was almost unheard of for the project to have such an immediate success. The drills bore into the ground until they eventually reached a distance of more than 7 miles. Some people believe that drilling the hole would open up a portal to hell, which would allow devils to escape into the earth. However, this was the most significant scientific feat that had occurred since the United States of America had successfully placed a man on the moon. In 1983, when development on the project was momentarily suspended, these rumors intensified and became more widespread. The temperature at the bottom of the hole was far higher than 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit, and the screams of suffering souls deep inside the pits of Hades were supposedly collected by a microphone at the conclusion of the exercise. This led to a pervasive sense of fear and anxiety that pervaded the rig, and it was imperative that work be abruptly and without prior notice halted. The boring work at the Kola Borehole came to an end definitively in 1992, with the temperature at the bottom of the hole being 350 degrees, much higher than the maximum temperature of 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It was impossible for anyone, including David German, who was in charge of the project, to provide an explanation for why the temperature was so much greater than what was predicted. After reaching the conclusion that it would be risky to continue operations, those in control decided to put a stop to them. The Kola Borehole is still remembered today as a haunted mine, with legends and tales surrounding the project. Geologists were determined to reach their goal of delving deeper into the Earth's crust than anyone had ever done before. They used new equipment to bore the holes and faced extreme temperatures and rock that was resistant to their efforts. After the project's success, experts and dignitaries from around the world visited Moscow to personally observe the results of the research. The great and the good traveled to the Kola Peninsula to examine samples of rock retrieved from the extraordinary depths and visit the rig that had been constructed there. Before humans had seen rocks created under these kinds of geological forces, they had never seen rocks created under these forces. In 1984, a drill string was twisted off and trapped in a hole in the ground, causing 5 years of work to be lost. The operators began drilling again from a higher point in the borehole, using a depth of 4.3 miles as their starting point. In 1989, they were able to cross the 7-mile threshold for the second time. The borehole has a maximum depth of 7.62 miles when it is at its deepest point, allowing for additional research. The hole has the potential to provide a wealth of information regarding Earth's conditions billions of years ago, the characteristics of our home when it was young, and the ways in which our planet was formed in the first place. After conducting a more in-depth analysis of the data provided by Coca-Cola, it became evident that the geographical knowledge we had previously believed to be true was incorrect. The shift from granite to basalt at this depth did not occur as expected, as the metamorphic changes within the granite rock itself were responsible for the seismic waves. The age of the rocks and the depth of the borehole may be confirmed to be between 2 billion and 800 million years before the present. Fossils of plankton have been discovered lodged among these rocks at a depth of 3.7 miles below the surface, enabling scientists to say with greater precision exactly where the fossils were found. When the first signs of life developed on Earth, tremendous quantities of hydrogen emerged from within the hole. Scientists were eager to investigate the lunar rock, and some of those geologists were the same people who had been working at Kola. They were taken aback when they discovered that the composition of the rocks on the moon was identical to the composition of the rocks discovered 1.86 miles below the surface of the Earth. This evidence strengthens the belief that the planet was struck by an asteroid or another celestial body similar to it at some point in time, billions of years ago, and relatively early in its existence. The decision to shut down the Kola super deep borehole was made due to the temperature problem. But it didn't seem like there was much of a point in all of it. Both the government and the scientific community wanted to test the capabilities of this kind of drilling equipment under extreme conditions, which is one of the reasons why the Kola experiment was even conducted in the first place. The intended scientific goals had been reached and accomplished, leading to greater drilling capabilities and the possibility of finding new discoveries. The structure that was once used to house the drill is now standing as a curious curiosity, as it is still discussed in terms that are almost legendary, but do nothing that you will still see. It is possible that it would be preferable to leave the final sentence to the government, which has always thought that work in general ended too early and that there were still secrets to be found. This is it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, then share your thoughts in the comments and also share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you can never miss our video.